Alright. Here's the news that I couldn't tell you in the last video and that I was real cagey about. I'm moving my bakery to a commercial kitchen. Hi, welcome back. This is for a variety of reasons that this is happening, but the most important one, and the one that will impact my business the most, is cottage food law in Colorado. So you might have seen other bakers online selling to stores out of their home kitchen and been like, okay, how is that legal? Well, in some states it is. In Colorado it is not. So the cottage food law in Colorado means that you can only sell goods made in your home kitchen directly to a consumer who's going to consume it at home. And for years, that has limited me to direct-to-consumer sales only. Now, I rented a space in a commissary, and I'm in the process of moving all my stuff there and dismantling everything that I built here at home over the last 5 years, and learning the process and how it works and getting the certifications needed to be able to sell to stores. And that'll be hopefully a big advancement. I did have people asking me last year if I sold to stores, and I unfortunately had to say no to them. And I've had a lot of people just ask in general, oh, where's your store? Because they assume that I have a store. I don't have a store. But this kind of feels like the next step towards that eventually. So how this is going to work is I've already moved some stuff as of filming this. I'm going to buy flour and take it over there for the first time in a couple weeks. Because I haven't bought flour in a couple weeks. They might be wondering where I've been. And I just got the keys to the kitchen on Friday. It is Monday today. So I went there yesterday, I browned butter, and everything worked out great. I'm still kind of figuring out what I need and how the process will work and how it'll be different from operating in a 117 square foot space that is just mine. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. This is a really necessary next step for my business, and I've been so nervous about it for months. Because originally, this search has gone on for a couple months now, because originally what I was going to do was move into a kitchen that my friend is in, and then they kind of were like, okay, so actually we can't accommodate you, we can't accommodate your oven, and we can only offer you limited hours. Limited hours means midnight to 4 a.m., and I'm not that kind of person. So it's been a couple of months of Googling and emailing and searching through spreadsheets and filling out online forms on websites and calling and texting, and it's been a lot. And finally, I found this place, and I sent in an inquiry. I sent an email a couple weeks later because I didn't hear back, and yeah, I took a tour, and then got the keys a couple days later. Coincidentally, this is the kitchen that I took a tour of last year around this time when I was considering making the move, but then I was really intimidated and really put off by the price, when it turns out for the price you get a lot. Second reason that I'm doing this is because I'm no longer allowed to bake in the house that I've rented for the last 5 years. And that is a whole other thing that I'm not going to go into on the internet. So I was basically out of a job for a week and a half while I was kind of scrambling to try to find a place because the original place fell through. But I did it. We're here. It's taken care of. Contracts are signed. I have the key. I've gone there. I know what's what, and just some things logistically are in progress still, but practically I have it down. That's been part of the reason that I've been so gosh darn stressed over the last couple of months, was finding a kitchen space that could accommodate not only me for weird hours, because sourdough takes weird hours. Like last night I was there at 8 p.m. feeding my starter. I was the only one there. And a place that can accommodate my oven, which, that's the other thing. I keep thinking of things to add. I will be able to move my oven in October at latest. I should be, because the electrical needs to be worked out. I am paying a little bit extra towards like the electrical and towards getting this work done, because they do need to install an outlet specifically for me. But it means, which I did not expect, I can bring all my equipment. And I can use the convection ovens that they have there and the smaller mixer that they have there, but I will be able to bring my big spiral mixer that I just bought this year that I really didn't want to have to get rid of, and my oven, which is the key to getting my bread the way it is. Super grateful that that's going to work out. It's just going to take some time for that work to get done and for it to be the space to be ready for it. So in the meantime, I'm just doing focaccias and cookies. A little bit limited, but I mean, it's better than not being able to bake at all. So right now I'm gonna go get flour and salt. I'm gonna price out the salt and go mix cookie dough. And I'm not gonna bring this camera with me because I'm still like, I don't know who's gonna be there. I don't want to like, I'm the newbie in the kitchen, so I don't want to freak everybody out. And then, yeah, we'll get to work. So you wouldn't know it, but I just used this space to prep cookies, and these just went through the dishwasher. Amazing. Love that dishwasher. And the scale and the knife is wrapped in the towel. And some of my ingredients, the rest of my ingredients. Flour, the rest of the flour. Aprons over there. Haven't decided yet where to put them. And hot boys seem to be adjusting pretty well. So hoping that that stays. It definitely doubled in size today. It might have taken a little bit longer, but I think that's fine. Chocolate chips, empty box that I need to wash because I had ingredients in it when transporting from the fridge to here. But yeah, that's my space. Wow, so clean, so organized. Lovely. God, I'm sweaty. I'm the only one here right now because it's Labor Day. So yeah, this is my station and my prep table, the one table that I have, and I'm getting ready to leave. I just turned off the dishwasher. My goodness. Okay. Thought I broke the mixer for a quick second. That would have been bad. But it's not broken. It's just weird. And I should have gotten the tutorial before I attempted to use it, but I was too excited to use it for cookies. I think it'll only work with a half batch though, because it's just not big enough. It's a 10 quart, I think, but they're getting a 20 quart soon, so that would be nice. Having that in addition to my spiral dough mixer. And yeah, I'm gonna head home, and I'll be back here later tonight to feed my starter for cookies tomorrow, and then in the morning I'll be back mixing cookies to bake on Friday for Saturday's market. And then, you know, we're getting back in the swing of things, and a different swing of things, so it's very new, it's very scary to me, but here we are. Yeah. Hi, it's the next day, and I'm finally taking a break after working for 4.5 hours straight with no water, no food. I'm hungry. I think I'm gonna have my partner bring me something because I'm doing stretch and folds every 30 minutes, baby. Usually I don't, but I do for baguettes, and baguettes are one of the things that I can make this week. Because I don't have my big oven, I can't really do loaves, I don't know how they turn out, and I don't want to find out. So doing baguettes, which means more work, but you know, I have time for it since I'm not doing the loaves and stuff. Yeah. So I'm doing 24 baguettes for tomorrow and a box and a half of mini focaccias, which is 36. Had to do some quick math. And cookies. I don't know exactly how many cookies I have. I mixed a giant batch of cookies for Saturday's market. Can you tell I'm zoning out a little bit? Hi, welcome to the car. I'm headed home from the kitchen. It is 7:40 p.m. It's been a long day. I was so foolish to believe that I could get everything done if I started work 2 hours later than I normally do. So guess what I did? I started work 2 hours later than I normally do. And guess what I also did? I did not get my nap. Grumpy. And I had to rush to wrap everything up. I had to run home to load up the market supplies in the car, like the tent and stuff. And I left my spaghetti again. I tried bringing a lunch with me. Didn't work. I hope it's still there tomorrow. Should be. It was a long day. I made the mistake of going into work at 7 was when I left the house because I didn't want to get out of bed. And I'm just now done for the night. I went back there after the market to feed my starter because I need to do it all again tomorrow. I need to mix dough tomorrow. It'll be another baguette day and then focaccias in the evening. But yeah, that's a wrap on the Larkspur market, and that's a wrap on my first bake day in the new kitchen space. Gotta say, those convection ovens are tricky. They run hot, or hotter than a home oven. It's probably more accurate than anything, and my home oven is probably low. But I didn't burn anything. Everything turned out beautifully. I was a little bit worried about the cookies because they looked like, they looked like they were gonna burn or get way too brown on top and still be gooey on the inside. But in the end, I think they were firm on the inside and just a little bit browned on the outside. So not bad. I'll just turn the temperature down next time, and now I know. I also now know how the fan works in those, because I had the fan on high for the first batch, and it's like, no, you don't need that. I did not cry. Very proud of myself for that, because there were many times when I felt like crying. It was just such a challenge, and I still routinely feel so out of my depth running a business and being a baker, because I'm entirely self-taught. Like, I learned sourdough from books and videos and articles online, and I just kind of faked it till I made it, and I don't even feel like I made it. But challenges like today, in addition to making me feel like I'm about to lose my head, remind me that, oh yeah, I'm a good baker. I know my shit. I know when to lower the temperature on the cookies and when to lower the fan, and I know how physically the fan is working in there. And I know how to adapt from a home oven to a convection oven based on different experiments I've done to make the baguettes turn out crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. I have a lot of knowledge, and I have a lot of know-how and a good sense for how things are going and how to adjust accordingly. And it's days like this that challenge me, where I'm able to utilize that knowledge the most and actually refresh my memory as to, oh, I'm not just an imposter in this space. I am legitimate and I belong here. I did manage to make it to the market on time by some miracle. And I made some mistakes today. I think having the cookie temperature up too high was a mistake, and I think that I forgot what it was like to bake baguettes in a home oven on parchment paper. That's another thing. I also ran out of parchment paper mid-morning, so I had to run to the grocery store, take 20 minutes out of the time that I could have been baking to do that. But I forgot how to bake baguettes on parchment paper, and so it stuck. My baguettes stuck to the parchment paper, and I had to peel it off piece by piece and scrape it off with a knife, and that took an additional long time when I wanted to be just wrapping and done with it. That's day one of baking in a commercial kitchen, done. And I am so grateful to have that space and for all the people who come out and support me at the market. I didn't quite sell out, but I also made more than I normally would. So we'll see at the end of the day how that shakes out. Trying to feel out stores to be in Larkspur and ways to continue to keep up that customer base. Because it's 45 minutes past the market end time, and somebody already emailed me saying, hey, this was delicious, how do I get more? Like, holy shit. I'm good at what I do. And I don't always believe that, but I am good at what I do. One more thing, a speed rack is a miraculous invention. I used one for the first time today, and oh my god, being able to have all of my dough proofing on that rack, all of my cookies cooling on that rack, and everything that was baked and ready to bake and about to be ready to bake on the same rack in the same 2 square feet. Amazing. I used the kitchens today. But I need to get my own, and hopefully I will do that soon. As always, I have my work cut out for me. I don't know if... I think I'm going to keep up the vlog until this weekend, because I have a Saturday market. That's what I'm mixing the dough for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. And I'll bake that on Friday. And Friday there will be less of a time crunch, because I don't have a market at 3 p.m. And I don't need to leave by 2. I left at 2:18. Still got there before 3, but it was close. I'm home now. My partner has food ready for me. I am hungry. I forgot my lunch. I didn't have lunch. And so that is where I will close out today. Hi, welcome back. I hope you can see me and hear me. It is Friday. It's been a long day. It's 3 p.m. I had to run home briefly. Now I'm back. Almost all the focaccias are wrapped. All the cookies are wrapped. I am trying my darndest to get everything done and get out of here. I have so many dishes to do. Oh my god. And I guess I'm almost done wrapping, and then it's dishes, and then I'm done. I already fed my starter and put it away in the fridge. So it's good for the weekend in there, and then I'll feed it on Monday to mixed cookie dough on Tuesday, because I no longer have the Wednesday markets. I I need to work out taking pre-order orders for the farm stand that the market manager has, and a way to like do that. But that is not a task for today because today is a lot. Hi, it's Monday. I'm back in the kitchen, back by myself again. And what we're doing today is putting together the speed rack that I bought this weekend, cleaning it, of course, because it needs a good scrub down, and browning some butter. And that should be it for today, thankfully. I already went to Costco, got more butter, and so all I should need to do is get that going on the hot plate and then get to cleaning. I did some computer work this morning, and I went to the dentist because I'm getting a night guard because somebody grinds their teeth in the night. Surprised? No. Nobody's surprised. All right, it's 2 hours later, and you can see from the sweat on my forehead that I'm ready to go home. I cleaned and sanitized the whole rack. It looks much better now, but parts need to dry before I can put them together, and also I'm not in the mood tonight. Did all my focaccia pans, dishes, everything that needed to be washed on Friday, but the dishwasher was off, so I was like, fuck it, I'm going home. Mopped the floors twice because it was a little bit grody. I think I want to be doing that at least twice a week now instead of once a week, because apparently either nobody was using the space and it was just getting walked all over before I came here, like before I moved in, or it just gets that dirty in a week. So gotta be better about that. Here's the sitch. All right, casters are drying. I did not clean these pans, but I will. There's the ratchet wrench, the side bits, and the nice clean racks. Nice. And I also browned the butter, so I've got my pot there and another Cambro that is drying. Okay, let's get the fuck out of here. All right, surprise, surprise, it's Tuesday. I'm back at the kitchen. I just bought flour. So I'm gonna put all 150 pounds of it under here and put together the speed rack today. That's exciting. I'm once again alone. I guess nobody does stuff in the evenings. I also need to feed my starter so that I can mix cookie dough tomorrow, hopefully in the morning time. So there's that. Done with the first round of work for this morning. It is 1:16, so not morning anymore. It wasn't a high pressure thing. So I mixed the cookie dough. I set out ingredients for tomorrow morning's batch of baguettes that I'll mix then, and for tomorrow night's batch of focaccia that I'll mix then, and then both of those things will get baked on Friday. I'm headed home. I'm hungry. It's lunchtime, and you know what? I think this might be where I end this vlog. I'm kind of getting into the hang of doing kitchen work and being in a different kitchen, which it is different. Oh, hey, you're the Subaru that wouldn't let me merge the other day.
don't have a distinct license plate if you're gonna be an ass when you drive, okay? Anyway, I think that's it for now. I do want to get more into this because I feel like, kind of ironically, I'm more comfortable filming in the kitchen than I am at home. Like, I film a lot more being here than I did in the home-based bakery. Partly because roommates, I don't want to annoy them, and partly because just everybody here has a business, and so they know about the content creation grind, and we're all on Instagram and we're all on Facebook and we're all trying to get the word out, and so we, like, nobody bats an eye at a little phone tripod. I don't know if I'm brave enough to bring my big camera yet, but we'll see. Probably just emails and admin this afternoon, and I will catch you in the next vlog. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that whatever steps you're taking in your business, if that's what you do and that's why you're watching this, are going well, and I hope that you are doing well and taking care of yourself. If you need a nap, take a nap. That's the word of the day. I might go home and take a nap, just because, you know, yeah, that's how it is sometimes. Anyway, I will catch you in the next one. All right, thanks for watching. Goodbye.